Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a book haul. I haven't done a haul in a little bit now, and like I've said many times this year, I am trying to be very mindful with the books that I am buying this year, because last year I bought a lot of books and a lot of them were not very good. So I'm just trying to make sure that every book purchase I'm making this year is just more smart. I'm just trying to be smart, I guess, because a lot of my book purchases are random and they usually end up turning out to be not very good. And so I'm trying to limit the amount of books that I have been buying this year. I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job. I'm actually very happy with myself and how I've been doing, but I do have quite a few books to talk about here. Some of them were sent to me and some of them I bought with my own money, so I will tell you which ones are which, but let's get into it because we got a lot of books to talk about. So let's start with a book that I actually have no idea what it's about, which shock, surprise, when do I not do that? But this is In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace. So I was gonna get this last year because I believe it's like a cozy, witchy fall mystery, and those things I really enjoy, and I've heard really good things about this one. I'm sad that this is a mass market paperback. I did not know that, and I kind of absolutely hate mass market paperbacks just because I just don't like them. So I'm a little sad that I didn't know that, but very happy to have this one because I've heard great things about it, and I think it's going to be perfect for the season that we are currently in, and I think it'll just be a nice, like, little fun read that I can shove in between some of my more horror focused reads. So very excited to finally have this one in my possession. Then we have The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. So this has been recommended to me a lot. This is actually for a video. I bought this one for a video. I have actually already read this for said video. The video has not gone up yet because it's not finished. I'm currently in the middle of making it, so I'm not going to talk about this one too much, but just know that I did buy it for a video. A lot of people told me to read it, and I have read it. I have a lot of thoughts about it. And this is basically like a Gothic fiction horror book, so that's what kind of story this is. The next one I also bought for a video, and that is The Third Parent by Elias Withrow. I have also already read this one for said video, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. This was actually a Reddit no sleep story that was turned into a full-length novel. We all know how much I love Pen Pal by Dathan Auerbach, which was also a Reddit no sleep turned into a full-length novel. So I had extremely high hopes going into this one. I'm not going to tell you what I thought of it because you'll have to watch the vlog to know what I thought, but I did just pick this one up for that video, and it's an interesting book. That's all I'll say. Next up is a romance, and it's the only romance in this haul, I believe, and that is Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. I picked this up because the male love interest, he works at a mortuary. It's his family business, and to inherit the business, he needs to get married before his 35th birthday, and the female character, she just lost her husband. It kind of sounds like a little bit of a darker rom-com, just because it's gonna deal with like death and stuff like that. So I don't know, it sounds really cute. I really like the idea of it, and I haven't been really into romance lately, so I'm hoping something like this will be perfect for when I'm feeling in the mood for a romance, so hopefully it's a good one. Then we have The September House by Carissa Orlando. I picked this up because this is my Patreon book club's pick for October. I've heard nothing but good things about this one. I actually don't know the plot at all. I haven't read anything about this book. I just saw that a lot of people have been like positively talking about it. It's supposed to be like a new take on a haunted house. I believe it has like some comedy in there. It's kind of like interesting and kind of like different. So I'm very excited and I want to see what the hype is about, and hopefully it's a good book club pick. This one was sent to me by Amy McCaw on YouTube. I absolutely adore Amy. I love Mina and the Undead. It's just such a good series and I've had so much fun with it. And Amy sent over this collection, A Taste of Darkness, which is 13 chilling stories to savor. It is a YA horror collection and I think it sounds so much fun, perfect for this time of year. I love YA, I love YA horror, and I just love short story collections as well. I think they're so fun, and I'll be able to try out some new authors that I've never read from before, so I think that's also just a lot of fun. So I'm really excited for this one, and big thanks to Amy for sending it my way. This one was also sent to me. It's from Atria Books. It's coming out 11/28 of this year, and it's The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder by C.L. Miller. I have recently really been into like mysteries and murder mysteries. I just think they're so much fun, and again, it's a nice little break from just straight regular thrillers and horror, so I really like adding these into the mix when I need a slight break. This is a debut, and it says, a former antique hunter investigates a suspicious death at an isolated English manor, embroiling her back into the dangerous world of tracking stolen artifacts. I think this sounds like so much fun. It sounds like just like a good time, which I'm always excited for. Very happy to have this one. Thank you so much, Atria. Another ARC I received, this is from Poisoned Pen Press. This is coming out October 3rd, which I'm filming this video on October 7th, but I just got this one in the mail, and it is Let Him In by William Friend. I have been seeing so much about this book. I have no idea what this one's about, but the cover is very intriguing. It's kind of creepy, and I don't know, I kind of really like it. But I have seen people talking about this one. I don't know if people are saying positive things or if they're saying negative things. Again, I haven't really been paying attention, which is probably good, so that way I remain unbiased as much as I can. Yeah, I literally have zero idea what this book is about, but based off the cover, I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Poison Pen Press, for sending this my way. Next, we have a new release that I am so excited about, and that is Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I included it in my last anticipated releases video, I believe. It says that this is going to weave horror and Celtic myth into a terrifying, heartbreaking supernatural tale of fractured family bonds, the secrets we carry, and the veiled forces that guide Irish life. The cover is immediately what sold me. I think it is stunning in like every way. I just love looking at it. I just think it's so pretty. But if you remember from that video, if you saw that video, this book sounds very interesting. This is about this woman that is driving a country road late at night, and she finds a corpse on the road, and she ends up taking it to this remote farmhouse, and then unspeakable things happen, and like she never talks about it ever again. And then now in the present day, these two women meet at college, they fall in love, and when the one brings the other home to her family house to introduce her to her family, she finds out that her mother is the woman from the beginning. I don't know what this is going to entail. It sounds very creepy, very weird. I'm just dying to start reading this one. Next is a book that I have seen everybody talking about, and that is Boys in the Valley by Philip Fracassi. I think is how you pronounce this author's last name. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen a lot of people comparing this to Lord of the Flies and Children of the Corn, and I love Children of the Corn, and everybody is saying this is like the scariest book ever. Like, everyone's talking about how this book gave them nightmares, and it's just so terrifying, which if you know me, I'm basically hardened. I can't find anything that scares me. It's basically impossible when I'm reading a book, and I'm devastated by it because all I want is to be scared when I'm reading horror. So I'm always on the hunt for scary books that make me terrified. So did I read the plot of this book? Nope. Do I know what it's about? Not at all. Did I buy it solely because everyone said it was terrifying? Yes. And I will be reading this in a vlog. I have a vlog it's kind of like a 2-part vlog that I'm doing, and this is definitely getting included. So I will be reading this month and very soon, and I am praying that it scares me half as much as it's scaring everybody else. So fingers crossed, we'll see. Another very anticipated release for me, and that is Out There Screaming, an anthology of new black horror, edited by Jordan Peele. I am so excited to have this in my hands. I did not know how big it was. Like, this is a big book. Also, the cover is like textured, and oh, I kind of love touching it. I know that sounds very strange, but I like kind of can't stop. Is that weird? I don't know. But like, I'm kind of obsessed with it. I kind of want to just keep touching it. Sorry. Okay, this is obviously a short story collection featuring black horror authors that I am so excited about. I love Jordan Peele. I love his movies. They're just really, really great. Get Out is one of my favorite horror movies probably of all time. It's definitely in my top 10. I love that movie so much. And so I'm just so excited for this. I've heard so many good things. I love short story collections. I love short story collections. How many times can I say that? You guys are gonna get sick of me saying that all the time, but I do. I love short story collections, okay? I get really excited. So I'm very excited for this book. I'm excited to have it in my hands. I'm excited to hold it and to touch it, especially now that I know the cover is textured. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to refrain myself from reading it this month when I have so many books I need to read, but I might have to put this off till next month, and that might break my heart, so we'll see. Next is another ARC that I received from Atria Books. This is The Mountain King by Anders de la Motte. I'm probably butchering that. I'm so sorry. This is coming out January 30th of 2024. I love this cover. I love it so, so much. This is a big, chunky book. Very, very chunky. But I don't know much about this. I believe this is a Swedish crime novel, if I'm correct, which I have been dying to read more crime fiction, but the Swedish crime fiction that I have read, I really, really, really enjoyed. So I'm actually really, really excited to have this one. I don't know the plot. I really don't know anything about this one. I will probably be going into it blind, which I do kind of prefer to do, so I guess that's a good thing. Very weird to have an ARC that's for a book coming out in January. It kind of freaks me out every time I get one because I just remember that 2023 is so close to being over, and it makes me like freak out a little bit. So very strange, but I'm very excited about this one as well. Speaking of books coming out in January, this is The Search Party by Hannah Richel or Richel. I'm not sure. This is coming out January 16th of 2024. This is such a good cover. I love this so, so much. I don't know why. Probably because it's like gloomy and rainy, and I just feel like the vibes are gonna be there, maybe? I hope? I don't know, I just really like the cover. This one was also sent to me from Atria. It says this is perfect for fans of Ruth Ware and Lucy Foley, so I feel like this is gonna be very much like The Guest List or One by One, maybe. Kind of like a situation with Weather, that kind of thing. One by One, I'm pretty sure, is the only Ruth Ware I've read. No, I've read In a Dark, Dark Wood. But I read it so long ago, I don't remember it at all. So I basically have only read one. But I really enjoy Lucy Foley, so I'm kind of glad this has been compared to her books. A little nervous because I feel like when you compare books to other authors' books, it can get a little sticky because sometimes I feel like they don't really add up. But I have high hopes for this one and I really like the cover, so I am excited about it. Of course, I had to purchase probably my most anticipated release of this year besides Darcy Coates books, because Darcy will always be my most anticipated, but this author is probably my second favorite author, and you know I had to buy this book, and that is Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. Oh my god, I'm so excited to finally own this book. I've loved everything from Rachel Harrison so far. Cackle's still my favorite just because I love Cackle more than anything, and I think it'll take something crazy to like blow that one out of the water. Who knows, Black Sheep could do it. But Cackle is my number one. I'm actually reading this October for the Full Moon Book Club, which is Jan from Jan Agaton's book club. She invited me to co-host for this month, and I am so excited because I just love Rachel Harrison, and I think it'll be so fun to discuss this one with Jan and everyone in the book club. I just think it'll be a whole lot of fun. I'm so thankful that Jan asked me and that we have such a good book pick. Of course, this is gonna be great. So I'm just so excited to be reading it this month. It's gonna be culty and scary and eerie, and I don't know, it's gonna be good. I'm just very excited for it. This book is about Vesper, who left home when she was 18, and she kind of left a very strict religious community, and now years later she gets this envelope on her doorstep inviting her to this wedding, and it's her cousin's wedding, and she decides to go, which means she's going to have to see her family and go back to the place that she hasn't been since she was 18. It's gonna be so good. I know it's gonna be good. I'm manifesting this to be a 5-star because I need it, and also it's Rachel Harrison, so I know it's gonna be good. But I'm manifesting a 5-star out of this one. I did end up buying Garlic and the Vampire and Garlic and the Witch by Brie Paulson. These are graphic novels. I've been seeing them everywhere. I've seen so many positive things about these, and I just really wanted to read them in October. Garlic and the Vampire is actually on my October TBR because Justin actually swapped the book I picked for this one. So I will be reading Garlic and the Vampire, which means I probably will be reading Garlic and the Witch as well, because they're really, really short and they're just graphic novels, so they should take no time at all for me to read. So I feel like I can definitely get them both read. The first one is basically about this little garlic named Garlic, and a vampire moves into town, and everyone's kind of scared that the vampire is going to be evil, so they send Garlic to find out if the vampire is bad. I feel like this one's the exact same thing about a witch, so I feel like they're very similar, but I've heard they're adorable, and I cannot wait to read them for Halloween season. Let's talk about the books I got for Book of the Month this month, because I feel like I was trying to switch things up because I'm in a really bad reading slump and I've been hating everything I've been reading. So I tried to get things that I felt like might switch things up for me. So my main pick was Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I didn't know much about this. I believe it's like a Gothic haunted house kind of thing. I've heard from reviews that it's not necessarily super scary or super like creepy. It's just a little bit like, it's more like cozy, I think, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not mad about that. I feel like with the reading mood that I'm in, this could be beneficial because I've just been hating everything that I've been reading, that maybe changing it up to something a little less like horror might be good. Maybe this will give me all the vibes and all the creepy feelings without being too horror, and I can still like enjoy it. I don't know. I'm just trying to switch things up a little bit. I'm having a hard time with reading lately, and I'm not excited about a lot of books, so I thought this would be a good one to give it a go. I know that Alex E. Harrow is a really like loved author, and a lot of people really enjoy their stuff, so very excited and maybe hopeful that this could switch things up for me. My next pick was My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. This isn't really out of my comfort zone, but I really enjoy Jennifer McMahon as a writer, so I decided that I was gonna get this. Do I know the plot of this? Absolutely not. Did I just see a lot of people picking it? Yes. Did I just buy it because I have liked Jennifer McMahon in the past? Absolutely. So I have zero idea what this is about. Maybe it'll work out for me. I have no idea, okay? I'm really just grasping at straws right now, okay? I'm just trying to make excuses for my picks, which I know none of you were asking for, but this was my second pick. And the last book that I picked was Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. This is a crime book. This is about a real life crime. I believe this is about Ted Bundy. However, I believe the way it's written is very different than typical books about real crime. I heard a lot of people talking about how the way it's written is very different, so that kind of intrigued me. I think everyone kind of knows how I feel about true crime. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'm very fascinated by true crime, but I have a lot of issues with it as well, especially just as a consumer. I'm just trying to make sure I'm consuming it in a way that I'm paying attention to what's being talked about, and I want to make sure that the focus is on the victims and not the perpetrators. I am so tired of giving like all the focus to them and everybody forgetting about the victims, and I just feel like a lot of time true crime glorifies the bad guys, and I don't like to do that. I want to be mindful in how I consume true crime, and I feel like this could really do something for me. I feel like I might really like this. Again, it's going to be very different from stuff that I usually pick up. I don't tend to read stuff that deals with true crime unless it's in a fictional way. I feel like this might be more up my alley. I'm not sure. I guess I'll see and hope for the best. I feel like this will also make me super emotional, so fingers crossed I don't bawl my eyes out the whole time I'm reading it, but we'll see. So yeah, hopefully this is gonna shake things up for me as well. Another book that was sent to me, this is The Silence in Her Eyes by Armando Lucas Carrera, I think is how you say this author's name. I'm not sure, I'm so sorry. This is coming out this month on the 30th actually, and this also was sent to me from Atria. This is a very interesting kind of story. It says it's a psychological thriller about a young woman with a rare neurological condition who is convinced her neighbor is going to be murdered. This kind of reminds me of a movie I saw. Not exactly, but I feel like it has the same kind of idea there. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be similar to a movie I've seen or if this is gonna go in a completely different direction. But it definitely sounds a little weird, a little interesting, a little different, which I'm excited about because I'm all for reading something different than I've been reading because, like I said, have been hitting dud after dud, so I'm hopeful that maybe something like this, something really different and interesting could, you know, bring me out of my slump. So hopefully we'll see. Thank you, Atria. I really appreciated all the books that have been sent my way. And the last book that was sent my way, I know you all are probably tired of hearing me say that. This is The Fury by Alex Michaelides. And I, again, say it with me, don't know what this book is about. No, I don't. I have no idea. I didn't read a plot description. This was just sent to me from Celadon Books, actually. Yes, the only book by this author that I've read was The Maidens, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't like it. I found it super predictable and super just kind of not really for me. So I'm very interested because I have not read The Silent Patient, but I know a lot of people like that one as well, so I'm very, very curious what this one's gonna be like, if I'm gonna hate it. I have no idea. I do think the cover is very interesting, very weird. Kind of interesting to stare at for a long period of time. I forgot to tell you, this is coming out January of 2024. Sorry, I almost forgot that, but very excited, I guess. Interested, intrigued, nervous. I have no idea what to expect with this one. This next one I bought because I saw a lot of people talking about it. So I don't know if it's actually good, but it did intrigue me, and it is Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. Kara or Kara, I'm not sure. But this is like a thriller, like a crime thriller, I guess. But it is in a mixed media formatting, which I love mixed media. And I think I don't know, I feel like a thriller is perfect for mixed media. Thriller and horrors, honestly, I really enjoy both of them in mixed media formatting. So I just feel like this one's going to be really interesting. The mixed media really sold me. That's kind of why I picked it up, to be honest, just because I saw people talking about it. It says that it's a psychological thriller that's as bingeable as they come, a fictional true crime series about a cold case and the family caught in the middle. So I guess like the fun is trying to solve it before, you know, the end, which I feel like is something that I will really enjoy, because we all know that I hate guessing things, but I feel like in this case I would probably be really excited if I solved it, because I would feel really like powerful and smart. So I feel like if I'm gonna have to solve anything before it's revealed to me, this is gonna be the book I want to do it with. I really just kind of bought this one. I feel like this was a bad idea because I just didn't read any reviews. I was just like, mixed media, got it, love, excited. So I guess we'll see if that bites me in the butt later on, but I think it sounds like fun, so hopefully it is. Next up we have There's No Way I'd Die First by Lisa Springer. This is also one of my most anticipated releases. This is a YA horror. The main character, Noelle, loves horror. Like, she knows horror. She watches the movies. Like, she feels like she knows what to do in the face of a situation like a horror movie. But she ends up throwing a Halloween party, and I guess the Halloween party goes kind of wrong and they start dying, and so she has to kind of use her horror movie knowledge to save herself and become a final girl, which I just think is hilarious. Like, and I mean that in the best way. I just think it is so funny, because if I was a teenager when this came out, I would have been like, this is me, I'm the main character, like, this is a book about me. I actually think I would have, if you would ask me as a teenager, do you think you would survive a horror movie? I would have, without a doubt, no hesitation, just been like, yes, I'd be the final girl, of course I would. Now I feel like if you'd ask me, it would be like a hesitant yes, because I still feel like I'd survive, but I feel like there's a chance I wouldn't. You know what I mean? So I feel like this book is just going to be so much fun. I just feel like it's the perfect read for October, perfect for Halloween, perfect for the scary, creepy season. I think this just sounds like so much fun, and I love YA, so I can't wait to check this one out. The last book that I have to haul is The Quiet Tenant by Clemence McCollin. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I probably butchered that. I'm so very sorry. I have no idea how to pronounce this author's name. I have hesitated for this book on a lot of occasions because I haven't known if I wanted to buy it. I really like the cover. I know it's a thriller about a serial killer, which is my favorite kind of thriller, but I've seen a lot of mixed reviews. Either you really like this one or you really feel meh about it. So it made me very nervous, but I decided to pick it up anyways because I know serial killer thrillers are like my favorite, like my go-to, so I feel like this does have a high chance of being a good one for me, and I just kind of want to know what it's like. I want to read it. I want to try it for myself. I'm hoping that doesn't bite me in the butt. I'm trying to be really good about the books that I buy, but I just feel like, I don't know, I'm taking a risk with this one. But it says that it's a thriller about a serial killer narrated by those closest to him, his 13-year-old daughter, his girlfriend, and the one victim he spared, which I think sounds very interesting. I don't know, I really want to love this one, so I'm really hoping that it works out for me in the end, and I hope that I didn't waste my money on this one. I really, really, really hope I didn't waste my money on this one. Oh my gosh, okay, that is the end of that haul. I've been holding on to these books for like over a month now. It's a lot of books. I know, I'm so sorry. Also, please don't hate me for how many times I said I have no idea what this book is about. You all know I'm crazy. I like going in blind to books. It's just the way I prefer to do things. I know that probably bugs so many people, but just reading plot descriptions really ruins things for me sometimes. So I just have to not read things and just experience the book for myself. So hopefully you all don't mind when I hold up a book and I'm like, I have no idea what this is about. Yay! So please don't hate me. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed this book haul. Let me know if you see any books that are on your radar, any books that you are excited to read, any books that you've already read. Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these. And with that being said, I think that's it for this very long-winded book haul. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more book hauls from me in the future, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you would like to. I also have a Patreon linked down in the description box. We can become friends, talk about books, horrifying books, thrilling books, romance books, manga, all that good fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you're having a great day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!